Representing China, WANG Manyu and kuaiman.
Here come the Chinese powerhouses, WANG Manyu, kuaiman, left-hand, right-hand combination in their first meeting with the Polish pair ZUZANNA WIELGOS, KATARZYNA WEGRZYN. And just an interesting element to add to this one, WANG Manyu and ZUZANNA WIELGOS actually played each other earlier on in the women's singles, and WANG Manyu was made to work very hard indeed against the Polish player who gave it all she got. WANG Manyu victorious 4-1, but they meet again here in the women's doubles, and that's how they line up. Look at that, kuaiman 7 in doubles, WANG Manyu 12. And the Polish pair quite some way behind them, but what an honor for them to play against this formidable Chinese partnership. And what an honor as well for our umpire, Rabi Amel, who's overseeing this one.
Welcome, WANG. Welcome, KUAI. Okay, so come to toss. We have black, red. Black. So you will be the red. Black, you win. Toss. You want to receive. What do you want? You want this side. Who will serve? Wa. So you are here. Wa. kuaiman, serve. Okay. Who's going to receive? Susanna.
Well, did we get that? kuaiman will serve and ZUZANNA WIELGOS will receive. And this is, well, it's expected to be a formality for the Chinese pair, Adam Bobrow, but we saw earlier ZUZANNA WIELGOS in action against WANG Manyu. She really took it to her, didn't she? And we'll be looking for revenge in the doubles, but certainly a big ask. Well, this is the first meeting between this pair. We have the might and prestige of the Chinese players. WANG Manyu ranked second in the world in the singles, took the bronze in the women's doubles. Sitting alongside me, Adam Bobrow for this one. Adam, looking forward to this one. Of course, it's always great to see the Chinese in action. WANG Manyu, a medalist here at this event in the women's doubles at Durban alongside Sun Ying-sha, took the bronze. The fan vote overwhelmingly in favor of the Chinese.
Yeah, it's understandable. I mean, up to this point, they've been incredible. So, I will say that the Polish pair have been incredibly strong as well. So I expect more of a fight than maybe the fan vote would suggest.
KATARZYNA and Susanna versus WANG Manyu and kuaiman. The first game, KUAI to serve. Love all. Love one.
Well, you said, Adam, you expected to see a fight, and the Polish pair showing real fight, getting that opening point on the board.
1-all.
Quality serve here to shut down the point quickly. But yeah, the Polish pair, we've seen them fight as individuals so far, and they've been very impressive. For example, right down the line, sneaking it past the step around the transition. It's a game of balance and speed, and both of those perfectly put into play here.
Wegrzyn allowing herself a smile there as well.
All.
Appreciating the point that she and her teammate just won. You have to celebrate these things, of course.
Two, three.
Polish pair back in front by one where they started after the first point. A young pairing, 19 Zuzanna, 24 Kata.
3-all.
Indeed, and a real challenge against the experience of this Chinese pair who both won medals at the World Championships 2 years ago in their respective doubles events.
It's interesting, you're looking at a world champion in 2021 in WANG Manyu in singles. Kuaiman has been in incredible form recently.
4-3.
There are a lot of interesting lineups here at the World Champs this year. For example, Kuaiman not in singles. That's pretty shocking considering how strong she is. Oh, what a move right behind her. Wang Manyu on the chase, and the ball hit right behind the body's momentum. This is very clever play from the Polish pair. Timing, oh, Zuzanna, stop it right off the bounce. Suffocating forehand.
3-6.
We also have to acknowledge that in doubles, there are more upsets than anywhere else. Today, the world #1 came very close to being eliminated after being down 0-2. Patrick Franziska,
4.
Annette Kaufman out. Patrick Franziska and Dima out.
Yeah, doubles throwing up some real surprises that we love to see. It's part of what we love about this sport is anything can happen. You never know. This Polish pair will be out to cause an upset if they can, and certainly 3 points up.
I guess
it's a
you
great
just
start.
Yeah, for sure. I think you just have more variables in doubles. You could have the two best players in the world, but they might not gel.
5-7.
That said, Team China and the best in the world know end game. That's what they know. They know how to cross the finish line. Holding on to a lead against the best in the world is one of the most difficult challenges in the game.
Well, it's like they say, it's not how you start that matters, it's how you finish.
They do say that. And a beautiful forehand flick there from Kuaiman.
7.
And a nice tight serve. I think for Wegrzyn here, she's taking the right chances. They have to play slightly out of their comfort zone, knowing that it might not be a high percentage shot, but it's worth the risk. And a good half long here.
7.
Just comes off the table enough to invite the attack, but not a comfortable one. Footwork tested, the wide forehand corner as Wegrzyn makes her move. Again, Wegrzyn, a pair of the best world-ranked twins in the world. I guess one half of that pair anyway. Oh, that was a really tough tangle to get out of. To get back into position and not get hit by your teammate here, your partner. Wegrzyn was right back in position, shared space perfectly.
9-all.
Well, we certainly didn't expect to see a scoreline this tight, but it is China with the game point, which is what we would have expected, but they are under pressure from this Polish pair.
9-11.
The Chinese
Game
sneaking past
Wang and
determined ZUZANNA WIELGOS and KATARZYNA WEGRZYN, 11 points to 9, but certainly didn't have it all their own way in the opener. Polish pair getting off to a really rapid start here. This round of 64. look then at the doubles rankings. Wang Manyu and Kuaiman down at number 5. The top of the standings dominated by the Japanese and Chinese players. Wang Manyu and Kuaiman in action in other areas of this tournament as well. We see Kuaiman in action in the mixed doubles too, but no women's singles, Adam, which is a surprise. Just shows the real strength and depth for this Chinese team.
Yeah, it's been the case in many different associations here. Japan is missing their national champion in men's singles, who is beaten by a 36-year-old who's not even best in his family.
Zuzanna to serve. Love all.
But the Polish pair out here fighting the good fight. Start off game 2.
Love
and
one.
Coming into this second game, having pushed the world number 5s as hard as they did in that opener, how are they going to approach this second one? Is it going to be a case that the Chinese now start to warm up into it and start to pull away, or can you see the Poles continuing to pressure?
I think they're going to stick to the same tactics of short rallies, stay close to the table, keep the pressure on, surprise, don't be afraid to play short, but when you open with clear intention. You can't afford to play anything soft to open the rally. If it's to keep them off the attack, okay. And this is right for me. If I'm on the Polish bench, I say yes. Way to stay close to the table. You timed it right, you took your chances. They're not all gonna come in. And again, the perfect start.
1-3.
Looking deep to the corner, taking all the right shots. You can't always control the outcome, but you can control your decisions, your choices.
1-4. Four, 2. Four, 3.
Kuaiman throwing her head back in frustration. It's a great point from the Poles, really causing trouble here.
Yeah, their placement. This is using the short game very effectively. This is what we call using the other side as an obstruction, the teammate. A tactic in doubles that you see a lot, hitting it right back to the player who just hit the ball. Remember, in doubles, you must alternate shots, and you must serve from the right side of the table on the diagonal. Wang Manyu's forehand, when she gets a full stroke, very difficult to contend with, but only a 2-point lead for the Chinese pair as Wang Manyu gets low and sends it deep to the backhand corner.
6, 5.
In terms of sharing space, we have to remember that a right-handed, left-handed combination tends to be a little bit easier to share the space. The Chinese pair have planned for that. The Polish pair probably had less left-handed options.
5, 7.
Interesting as well, though. We just saw the graphic pop up with these serve percentages, and there's not really too much in it. China just edging it 10 or so percent more consistent on serve, but just shows how well this Polish pair are playing.
I don't know about you, but I want to see TTR all the time. I'm just curious what percentage. In that replay, I thought to myself, Kuaiman's serve falls behind the head, and that doesn't make her a standout. I think that's 80% of the players at this level. Beautiful speed on top of the bounce here as the Chinese pair extends their lead, just 2 points away from getting a 2-0 lead in this best of 5.
10,
5 game points now for this Chinese pair, looking much more into a rhythm now.
11.
Kuaiman with some great play there, and they wrap up the
and
second game. The world number 5's taking a 2-game lead in this best of 5, a game away from a place in the next round. But don't write off this Polish pair.
说下去也行，挑下去也行，都行，没关系。现在这手里头打两球，其实已经都很清楚了。啊，这局我觉得晃来发球的话，曼语是不是可以发点钩子？
就是那个挑的也还行。
Well, China with a 2-game lead. Let's head down now to the field of play and join Iggy Ivanovic. Iggy, what are your thoughts on how this one's going?
Thanks, Beck. Down here, courtside, you probably wouldn't be surprised, but the Chinese team have great support here. Every point they win, crowd is up, clapping, encouraging, calling out names. I think it goes back to what Adam said before. It seems to be a common theme with the Chinese. They just know how to win the next point and the next one and the next one.
Yeah, thanks, Iggy. And that's exactly right, what he said about the support, Adam. They're so well supported wherever they go in the world, and we can look out into the arena. There are Chinese flags hanging up. The Chinese fans always in such great voice. Pressure on this Polish pair now. KATARZYNA WEGRZYN and ZUZANNA WIELGOS with a must-win game in this best-of-5.
Love, 2. One, 2. 3, 1.
It's good touch play from the Chinese pair. Inside the table, using the angles where they can. This all comes from fast footwork, agility, the ability to get in under the ball quickly. And the parallels come back with interest,
4,
power.
1.
They turn up the play, the Polish pair. One parallel, another backhand from the forehand side, and WANG Manyu prepared.
1.
Of course, we'll see WANG Manyu in the women's singles next round. We'll also see kuaiman in the mixed doubles the next round, playing alongside Lin Shidong. They beat Liam Pitchford and Anna Hersey yesterday. Well, it was a brave effort.
1, 6.
Yeah, the amount of spin on these opening shots. This one from way behind the table, short side. Kuaiman moves out to the wide forehand, no prob.
Seven, 1.
Look at that, kuaiman really stretching ahead now. 7 points to the good in this pivotal third game. First two very tight indeed, and now they're very much into a flow state.
Two, 9. Ten, 2.
8 match points. They've made this third game look easy. kuaiman and WANG Manyu.
10, 3.
I like the spirit here, never giving up. WEGRZYN gets in for the backhand inside the table to save match point.
Couldn't save that one though.
11.
And the second seeds, the world number 5 pairing, kuaiman, WANG Manyu safely through to the next round. Good effort from the Poles, a valiant effort, and 2 very good games from them indeed. They can take great heart from that. They just couldn't live with the power, the strength, the prowess of kuaiman and WANG Manyu, who are through to the next round. And there they will face Cha Soo-young and Pak Soo-kyung in the next round of the women's doubles.
I think the most interesting part of it for me is the immediate conversation after. There is no sleeping when you wear the Chinese flag and you represent China in table tennis, from the coaches, from Wang Liqin all the way down to the practice partners. Everyone on the team has a lot of pressure to deliver, and there's a lot to learn from your losses, more to learn from your losses, you might say. But even in your wins, they need to make sure that they really focus. Okay, you did well, you won 9-5 and 3, but what can we do to win by even more? What can we do to make sure that there is no threat of a World Cup men's singles type of result? Let's see the women a bit more secure here, and after 15 minutes of play, that includes the time. Actually, I don't know the details, so I won't speak to it, but nearly twice as many points as their opponents. It's a strong showing with nearly 70% serve success. The world champion in singles 2021, Wang Manyu and Kuaiman, someone who might be a world champion in singles in the future, have performed well here in their opening round.
Well, coming up next, Hugo Calderano of Brazil taking on Rogelio Castro of Mexico. So next up, still to come inside the Lusail Arena in a blockbuster evening session here. Hugo Calderano as well in mixed doubles action alongside Bruna Takahashi.
To become a better man, sinking in the sand. Oh. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love?
Back at the main table, is the net the perfect height? Absolutely. Rackets on the table, ready. They've been tested. And if you've been tested,